I am just, I can't believe it. I'm gonna have a vagina.
Celebrated by most media, by Hollywood, the National Education Association, People magazine, and a growing number of other publications, transgender TV star and teen role model Jazz Jennings is preparing to undergo what is being called gender confirmation surgery next week. Jazz is a 17-year-old male, and surgeons are creating female parts for him. This is the wacky world kids are growing up in today, and activists are pushing to make it the new normal. With full support from his parents, Jazz Jennings started using hormone blockers at age 11, so he never went through puberty. The blocker was an implant in his arm preventing testosterone in order to avoid further development of male characteristics such as facial hair and a deep voice. Now, to most of us, this is tragic and heartbreaking, but Jazz said, "This is something I've wanted my entire life." Jennings explained he'll be undergoing a new experimental procedure where doctors will take tissue from his stomach to form the inside of a vagina. According to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, this surgery gives transgender individuals the physical appearance and functional abilities of the gender they know themselves to be. Wait a minute, know themselves to be? For a male to female transition, for example, that may include facial surgery, top surgery for breasts, and or bottom surgery, maybe to reconstruct male genitalia to female genitalia. In 2016, 3,200 gender reassignment surgeries were performed in the U.S., and that's an increase of 20% in 1 year. Now, I hope you're not shocked that we're talking about this, because children as young as 6 years old are now hearing about it in public schools. Just like homosexuality, gender identity, and transgender individuals are being normalized, like this I Am Jazz book they're reading to kindergartners. But wait a minute. Let's set aside biology, chromosomes, DNA, common sense, science, and of course, the Bible for just a minute. They're now blaming those of us who disagree with this twisted ideology for increasing suicide rates. The promoters of this agenda have people referring to males such as Jazz Jennings as a she. Now, work with me here. Surgery is going to remove part of his male anatomy in order to construct a part of the female anatomy, right? Now, if she is already a she, why would there be a need for such a serious cosmetic procedure to make her into who she already insists she is? Do you get that? Often left out of this discussion are the parents. Some impose this dangerous ideology on their children, while others just allow their child to choose whatever he or she wants to be. What could go wrong? Well, these are life-changing, destructive decisions. Professionals, including the American College of Pediatricians, have strongly warned that transition-affirming protocol is child abuse. Its president, Michelle Cretella, stated, quote, "I have witnessed an upending of the medical consensus on the nature of gender identity. What doctors once treated as a mental illness, the medical community now largely affirms and even promotes as normal. A person's sex is an objective biological fact determined genetically at conception in the womb by the allocation of X and Y chromosomes. This is permanent throughout a person's lifetime and not a social construct." Next, the Christian Medical and Dental Association states, quote, "Among those who identify as transgender, use cross-sex hormones, and undergo sex reassignment surgery, there is well-documented increased incidence of depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, substance abuse, and risky sexual behaviors," unquote. Former transgender Walt Heyer talks about his painful past, including a lost childhood, failed marriage, a family ripped apart, and a ruined career, not to mention health and physical issues due to cosmetic surgeries. Fortunately, Walt Heyer found freedom and peace in Jesus Christ. Quote, "I turned to Christ and away from transgenderism. I had to stop living in defiance of God and stop demanding that the church, God, and everyone else make accommodations for my delusions. Demanding that people use my preferred female pronoun name was childish." Well, we know the transgender T in LGBTQ was custom built into the agenda decades ago, patiently waiting for the right time to be rolled out in full force. That time is now, a time in which truth is being redefined. Now, we need to respond with compassion to those who are struggling with gender dysphoria and others who are immersed in sinful lifestyles. But know the facts and be prepared to offer the hope of Jesus Christ to those who are lost. I'm David Fiorazo. God bless you and keep speaking the truth about things that matter.